students, welcome back to PNMRC e-classes. I Vandana Yadav, your science teacher. Today I am going to teach you lesson number 2, Microorganism, Friend and Foe, part 3. Students, let's start today's session with the topic medicinal use of microorganism. Whenever you fall ill, the doctor may give you some antibiotic tablets, capsules or injections such as of penicillin, a medicine which stops the growth of disease-causing microorganism is called an antibiotic. This is the definition of antibiotics. Students, please note down this in your notebook. The source of antibiotic medicines are microorganisms. The antibiotics are manufactured by growing specific microorganisms. These days, a large number of antibiotics are being produced from microorganisms such as fungi and bacteria. Some of the common antibiotics which are made from fungi and bacteria are penicillin, streptomycin, erythromycin and tetracycline. Antibiotics kill the disease-causing microorganism but usually do not damage human body cells. Antibiotics can be used to treat many diseases in animals. Antibiotics are even mixed with the feed of cattle like cow, buffalo, etc. and poultry birds to control microbial diseases in animals. Antibiotics are also used to control many plant diseases. Students, now I will tell you how antibiotic penicillin was discovered. The first antibiotic penicillin was discovered by chance and extracted from the tiny fungus called Penicillium. In 1929, Alexander Fleming was cultivating a culture of disease-causing bacteria. Suddenly he found the spores of a little green fungus in one of his culture plates. He noticed that the presence of tiny green fungus stopped the growth of disease-causing bacteria. In fact, it also killed many of the disease-causing bacteria. From this fungus called Penicillium, the antibiotic penicillin was made. Thus, penicillin is an antibiotic medicine which is made from the fungus Penicillium. Penicillin controls bacterial and fungal infections. What are the precautions while taking antibiotics? Antibiotics should be taken only on the advice of a qualified doctor. A person must complete the full course of antibiotics prescribed by the doctor. The antibiotics should be taken in proper doses as advised by the doctor. Antibiotics should not be taken unnecessarily. Antibiotics taken unnecessarily may kill the useful bacteria in the body and harm us. Now students, let's start with a new topic, that is vaccine. A vaccine is a special kind of medicine which provides immunity against a particular disease. Students, this is the definition of vaccine. Please note down in your notebook. Vaccines are given to healthy persons so that they may not get certain diseases throughout their life. These days, vaccines are made on a large scale from microorganisms to protect human beings and other animals from several diseases. Students, now I will explain you how does vaccine work. A vaccine contains the dead or weakened but alive microorganism of a disease. When the vaccine containing dead or alive organism introduced into the body of a healthy person orally means by mouth, or by injection, the body of the person responds by producing some substances called antibodies in its blood. These antibodies kill a live disease causing microorganism present in the vaccine. Some of the antibodies remains in the blood of the person for a very long time and fight against the same microorganisms and kill them if they happen to enter the body naturally at a later date. So due to the presence of antibodies in the blood, a person remains protected from a particular disease. Thus, we can say that a vaccine develops the immunity from a disease. Now, do you know why are children and infants given vaccination? The answer to this question is a number of diseases can be prevented by vaccination. For keeping good health, we must prevent the diseases by vaccination at the proper time. Since children are more prone to diseases, so all the children should be vaccinated at proper ages to provide them immunity from certain diseases. The diseases which can be prevented by vaccination of children at proper age are polio, smallpox, cholera, typhoid, hepatitis, tuberculosis, tetanus, measles, rabies, diphtheria and whooping cough. Another beneficial effect of microorganism is it increases soil fertility. Some of the microorganisms present in the soil can fix nitrogen gas from the atmosphere to form nitrogen compounds. These nitrogen compounds mix with the soil and increases the fertility of the soil. For example, some bacteria and blue-green algae are able to fix nitrogen gas from the atmosphere to enrich the soil with the nitrogen compounds and increases its fertility. Rhizobium bacteria present in the root nodules of leguminous plants, leguminous plants means like peas, beans, etc., also fix atmospheric nitrogen and increases soil fertility. Students, by an activity, I will explain you that some microorganisms decompose waste plant materials and convert them into useful manure. Take two flower pots and mark them A and B. Fill each flower pot half with soil. Take some plant waste such as fruit and vegetable peels, fallen leaves, etc. and bury them in soil in pot A. Bury a polythene bag, an empty glass bottle and a broken plastic toy in pot B. Keep both the pots aside for 3 to 4 weeks. From the activity, you will observe that the plant waste in pot A has been decomposed. The plant waste in pot A have been decomposed because of the action of microorganisms present in the soil which convert the plant waste into manure. This manure contains the nutrient released from plant waste. These nutrients can be used for growing new plants. But in pot B, we will find that polythene bag, glass bottle and plastic toy did not get decomposed and remained as such. This is because the microorganisms present in the soil are not able to decompose polythene bag, glass and plastic and convert them into manure. The microorganisms present in soil can decompose only the organic matter present in dead plants, dead animals and animal waste. Thank you students. This was the end of today's session. We will meet again in the next session with some new and interesting topics. Up till then, Goodbye.